One shot, let's begin. Haha o Suteru. Let Go of One's Mother by Demo. Translated and uploaded by Shin Translation, Seko Sans Abode, and Namikaze Minoto. Alright. We read, we react, and we relive. And today we are celebrating Mother's Day. At least American Mother's Day and Mexican Mother's Day. But you know what? Mother's Day for everybody. If your country already had Mother's Day, they get a second Mother's Day. And if they haven't had it yet, well, here's the first Mother's Day. They still get the second one. um, Originally, I was going to be saying that was a little bit more comedy orientated, but then I'm like, I've done enough like short form stuff where I've done like a small little manga, so let's try something a little bit more long formed. And this one just seems like it's more emotional. You know, the cancer here, the tragedy. So we need to do those once in a while. You know, have a bit of flow, up and down, up and down. Yesterday, furry romance. Today, tragedy. Let's. Sorry, out of context, that sounds so bad. Yesterday, furry romance. Today, tragedy. Let's begin, everybody. Oops. Let me zoom in a bit. Here, it's for you. Huh? Oh my. You didn't need to give me something new. Thank you so much. The last gift I gave my mother, who was hospitalized for terminal cancer, was a pair of ordinary pajamas. I looked everywhere, but it was surprisingly hard to find 100% cotton pajamas. Even if I did find them, they weren't designs you'd like. I searched for ones with buttons in the front, though. It's nice. Thank you. Even though you're just a boy, you've always been so thoughtful. It's a big help. You always know what I wanted without me saying anything. Your sister could learn a thing or two from you. She doesn't visit at all. Always busy with her part-time job, even at a time like this. Well, sis can't help it. She likes to go with her own flow. Our mom raised my sister and me alone after her divorce when we were still little. More importantly, Yuki, are you okay with university? You missed quite a bit to help me with my appointments, right? Are you managing your Chinese language class credits well? It's always been my dreams to go to China with you as my guide. I always thought it'd be nice to go again if I had someone who speaks the language. I'm so happy you're studying at university. Get fluent soon and take me there. Promise me you'll take me, okay? Oh, Chinese. Don't worry. Everything's fine. But the truth is, everything's not fine. Here. Present. Ashimoto-kun. Present. Hayakawa-kun. Here. Right. Your attendance isn't enough. Even if you attend today, I can't give you the credit. Got that? Uh, I guess I'll leave. Mm. Yuki-kun, did you just get scolded? Why'd you even take up Chinese if you don't like it? 'Cause my mommy told me to study it. Mama's voice. Huh? I shouldn't mention that I already failed the credit. Yo, sis, pizza delivery. Sake? Hey, Ma. You said the hospital food wasn't tasty, right? Ta-da! Garlics, jalapenos, pepperoni overload, extra large pizza. Eat it while it's hot. Hayakawa-san, what are you doing? You can't bring outside food into the war. And pizza of all things? Seriously? We got scolded, huh? Of course we did. You're always so carefree. I still remember when you brought During to class back in middle school. Yeah, but like I had any choice. Why does Mom always look so happy when she's scolding Sis's carefree antics? Tomorrow's the meeting with the caseworker. There are options like hospice or home care. where they use medical narcotics to manage any pain that can happen. I don't know, but isn't that fine? Huh? What do you mean you don't know? She's her mother. Think about it properly. Hmm. Yuki-kun, is it really about Mom? What? What do you mean by that? Well, neither of us is Mom, so how can we understand her suffering? What's that supposed to mean? You can at least try to imagine it. Sorry. My coworker's calling me. I have to go. Your sis is a manager now. Here, use this to pay. Ugh, how selfish. And your payment is 2,000 yen. Mm. So, you're taking leave of absence? And the reason being? My mother is ill, and I want to stay by her side as much as possible. The leave will last until March 31st. If you don't resume by February 4th, you'll have to withdraw from the university. Is that clear? So, unless Mom. By then. Yes, that's fine. The more time I spent with Mom, the worse her condition became. Yuki, I heard you've been visiting every day. What about university? I can't tell her that I'm on leave. It's fine. I'm here for her, so go to school. It's fine, really. Yuki, even after she's gone, you still have to keep on living, Yuki. Why? Why are you so calm about this, sis? Our mom is dying. Aren't you heartbroken? Of course I am. Of course I'm sad. But no matter how sad I am, I'll still get hungry. Living costs money, and I need to work. And for me to do that, I have to keep it all together. You wake up, talk to people, interact, work for others, and earn money. Yuki, if you don't hold yourself together, you can't support anyone else. Grow. Well, for now, let's go eat. Even though I knew my mother was on her deathbed, I ate grilled meat. Ring, 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 ring. Hey, sis? Yuki, come quick. Oh. Yuki, here. These are Mom's clothes and stuff. Today, if I want to go back to school, I need to submit the application. It's only been a week since Mom passed away. I don't want to move on. I want to stay like this. Both my parents died. If I just went back to normal, I feel like Mom's death didn't matter. Surely she'd want me to stay sad. Huh? Bam, bam, bam. Am I now using Mom's death as an excuse to skip school? You've missed quite a bit helping with appointments, right? Don't worry, everything's fine. If you don't resume by February 4th, you'll have to withdraw from the university. Is that clear? Yes, that's fine. Skipping school was unavoidable because it was for Mom. I skipped school because of Mom. What's this? Being this much of a mama's boy is ridiculous. These pajamas? I didn't buy them because mom asked for them. I chose to skip school to buy them instead. I was scared to take responsibility for my own life. But I can't keep blaming mom anymore. I have to make my own choices. I have to let go of my mother. Boom. Jeez, even for a 7-year-old, crying over a cold is so embarrassing. Uh-huh. Ah, Yuki, you're coughing more now. Your temperatures might have gone up. Don't worry, Mom's here for you. I think I might regret it someday, thinking, why did I let go back then? But only by letting go can I prepare and face my own life. Sorry. I'm sorry, Mom. I'll stand on my own 2 feet. Hello, this is the university student office. Hi, I'd like to submit my application to return to school. Hey, look, I found a love letter from Mom to Dad. Wait, you can't just read that. But Mom said anything found while tidying up is fair game. Shuffle, shuffle. The letters were exchanged when they were about our age. They make me feel closer to both Mom and Dad. You know, it's obvious, but I always thought our parents were just parents. But I guess they have their own lives, their own struggles and joys. They're just people who've lived their own lives. It wasn't until Mom passed that I realized this. It was too late. Yuki, you've grown up! Huh? Your sis is so happy for you. Hug. Sis, stop it. Are you heading to school now? Yeah, just for the third period. I'll eat. What? Just for the third period. Then I have a company info session. Oh my, Yuki-kun's gonna be a working adult soon, huh? Do your best, pat pat. Hmm. Let go of one's mother, one shot. Senko Sansaboda and Shin translation. Translator Namikaze Minoto. Cleaner redrawer, typesetter, Fuku, quality checker, VN Kahao, proofreader VN Kahao. Okay, that's basically what I was kind of looking for. So I think a little more dramatic, a little more thoughtful, and a little more, yeah, I guess just thoughtful, right? Because, I do love reading, like Uma Musume. It's good to see the horse racing things. It's fun to read the random manga, the 4-page panels here, and shonen and such. And occasionally I need something that's this tragic slice of life. And this is something where, oh man, it gets me to like reflect quite a bit because today's Mother's Day, and I'm 30, and I have the fortunate blessing to have both my parents still in my life. They're older, and just seeing them get kind of older too, it's like, oh, well then, one of them's using a cane now. One of them is like 70 some odd, and it's just seeing them get a little thinner, a little weaker, are doing their best with the lives they got. And I'm like, wow, they are getting older. And I do desire to spend more time with them in some instances and whatnot. I think I just kind of want definitive time blocks, just because I don't know. I don't know why, but I guess it's hard for me to express certain types of feelings. Even when to say like, Happy Mother's Day. I don't know why that was so hard for me to say today. And it's I love my mother and father. They're both great. They're wonderful. I still don't know why. But, they obviously want to see more of me, too. Just not sure what to tell them. I mean, hey, we could talk about this, that, or the other. And I do talk to my mother on the phone, but not quite father as much. I think there needs to be an activity to do or something. Yeah, I don't know. But I also think that telling this story of saying, hey, they were just people too. I recognize that they're just people too. Like there's certain things where they have certain vices, they prefer certain things, and hey, found a love letter from mom to dad. Will I ever have kids? I don't know. This is like one of those things where, like, damn, do I kind of wish I had kids? Maybe just for something like this. Where it's like, wow, I found a love letter from mom to dad. And it's like, huh, seeing kids kind of discover past things about your life is kind of amazing. And of course, they won't care for the first 20 years of their life too much. But, maybe when I'm dying or dead, like, here's everything, you could choose to keep or however you choose to remember me if you do. And oh man, it's so like that part is good. Where like, hey, recognize your parents are people, seeing the love story, and I think a lot of people are like, oh, I'm glad that the internet wasn't around or this, that, or the other. I think that's one of the nice benefits that those growing up now will get. Like, dang, my parent really was just a dumb teenager. My parent really was just doing silly things. They were people too. I think that is going to basically humanize your parents more, if that makes sense. And I mean in the best way possible, right? Because there does seem to be a disconnect between what people should know and they shouldn't know, right? Some sort of sense of authority, this, that, and the other. I also really like that this guy's come to realization mode. Was like, wait a minute, I'm just blaming my mom for all this stuff. I'm using mom's death as an excuse to skip school because he's doesn't want to go further. And the depression, the sadness is all real. But I like his conclusion, like, hey, I have to make my own choice. I can't blame mom. And it was mainly about him, you know, being afraid to take the next couple of steps into his life. And the fact that he lied to his mom, saying, hey, I need to do this, that, or the other. It's like, oh, okay, I get you. Yeah, yeah. I feel like, have I lied to my mom for the sake of happiness? I guess I've certainly told them misleading things about my life just so that way they don't have to worry or struggle as much or whatnot. I think I have a generally good, they have a generally good view of me, which is nice. You do want to generally make your parents happy, right? But I don't know. I think part of what I struggle with and is I kind of struggle to be seen by a lot of people, and that maybe I'm afraid to let myself be seen by people like my parents and other people close to my life, or I keep a good like arm's distance away from people. I actually have hid this tattoo from my immediate family. So far, not necessarily because it's too big a secret, but like you could see it. I'm also doing this not to show off my muscles or going like that, but just here you go. We could see it kind of. It's still healing. Like right now, it's at the peeling stage of the tattoo. Let's see. Let's get a good view of that. So that's Luffy, Gear 5. Now, if you notice, there's little like debris or dirt. That's just it scabbing over because it's healing, and I want to wait till it's healing to really start showing it off to people. But hey, you get a sneak peek. Oh, yep, sneak peek. Sun Pirates logo and Gear 5 Luffy in the center. Sun Pirates logo just because, I was thinking Luffy jumping through a moon would be cool. Um, and the tattoo artist was like, well, that's particular thing I was thinking of. It'll basically become bad after time, and it's very hard to do. Might not translate what's a skin. And like, okay, cool. So I thought the Sun Pirates logo because Sun Pirates underrated. They did good in, or Tiger Fisher did good in freeing the slaves. And I always forget about the Tiger Fisher and Fisherman Island in general, but that's always such a nice flashback. It's great, it's wonderful. Plus, it's important to be on the right side of history. And then you have Luffy, Gear 5, Freedom. I want to see with him and his face on it, and him laughing in particular is pretty much exactly what I pictured or exactly what I wanted. So now I just wait for it to heal. And so yeah, Luffy and the Sun Pirates logo I thought was oddly appropriate. Because, Nika went and was like gonna free everybody, brings a smile to everyone's face, and Luffy smiling and Sun God's logo. Perfect. Man, quite a bit of this thing was just that tattoo. Um anyways. Yeah, and I like the fact that the mom is he's like, yeah, using it to blame her. Just the memory of her taking care of him. Don't worry, mom's here for you is definitely such a wonderful line. I heard that like in people's dying moments they call for their mother. I don't know how true it is. I'd have to verify that as it was just a TikTok video, and I'm not about to blame or repeat what a TikTok video just told me without vetting it for myself. So yeah. And I also appreciate this guy, like the first time he's crying, it's after his mother has died, and it's after he makes a big realization and that he's alone, and I think that was just great timing on that part because it feels like a very realistic scenario where people mourn the death, but they're not mourning it via crying and being da 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 da, but they're holding it until they find the right moment to break. And even if they do a subconscious, like, oh yeah, this was the right moment where he let all that stress go all at once, and that thing like, hey, my mother would want me to be sad. I don't know if she would. I think that's like the main thing. Surely she'd want me to stay sad. I don't know what the bam was, but maybe his mom was like, "Hey, stop it, get on point there." um, yeah, the February 4th. I'm guessing he needed to enroll back in February 4th. Was the main thing? Yeah, otherwise that's a straight. I guess he needs to. He's on a leave of absence. I'm gonna assume in January. He's gone for a couple weeks, and then like, okay, here, or else he won't have enough attendance time to get the credit. That makes sense. And it's also just how the sister is coping with the death too, which I do kind of appreciate. Is like she's like, yeah, I can't put my life on pause. I have to live. I have to pay the bills, and this is like one of these things. Of course I am. Of course I'm sad. But no matter how sad I am, I'll still get hungry. Living costs money, and I need to work. And for me to do that, I have to keep it all together. I love this in multiple levels. One is it's just the reality you do have to keep going, and you still have to kind of be the cog in the machine. You will have to just live your best life, as much as you can. And there's also the fact that she needs to keep it together, not only for just her day to day life, but also for her mom, right? Where it's like, and I like the like subtlety of like, and I don't know if it's subtlety, but this one here where he says, "Why does mom always look so happy when she's scolding Sis's carefree antics?" Well, I can imagine Yuki. She loves having his company, but also acknowledges the sadness he probably interacts with her on a quite frequent basis, and is probably a little bit of the downer with the mood. Now with the sister, she is certainly acknowledging, but by her acting like her normal self, she by interacting with as her normal self, she kind of gives the mother a sense of levity or normalcy, and allows her to kind of maybe forget about first thing. Like, yeah, 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 my daughter's still a little dumb, but I kind of like the fact she doesn't change the way she interacts around me. Because one of the things I imagine a lot of people on their deathbed kind of face or hate is that there's just going to be this overwhelming sense of sadness. There's going to be this overwhelming sense of, oh yeah, now when everybody interacts with me, there's going to kind of be this undertone of loss or goodbye or this that or the under or pity, and maybe the mom just appreciates the normalcy, right? And I do love that. So yeah, and then it's also you have to keep it together. If you don't hold yourself together, you can't support anyone else. That's a very common trope, or tropes are, but a very common expression, and it's true, right? You do need to keep yourself together to some extent to help other people. That's important, you know. And yeah, and then this one, come quick. This was a good one. The art's also really good. It what it does really well too is that those are just those pages where like it's really super expressive. Like we'll show the two couple I was thinking of. Okay, we go through this one here. First, lovely expression, not one of the ones I was thinking of. It's where they like pause and they don't have much in the background, and they're bigger. This is quite good though. He's tired. And then the first one is, of course, there we go. Although this one's quite good. This one here, it's like, dang, really well done. You see the face, see the tension here, just to kind of see her go from this to breaking. Mm, really good, realistic there, holding it in, and then eventually collapse. And then, of course, oh, here we go. You see this one. You don't need dialogue. It's amazing. It's cool. I love it. And then this one. Like, oh man, there's something so sweet about it. Oh, this one too. There's something so sweet about this. Especially where as a child, your parent caring for you. And then this, of course, powerful, and it's powerful. And then him to see he's just doing his best now, and I love that. Yeah, this is one of those stories that I'm sure if I read it again in a couple years, then I will cry significantly harder, more so than crying for the sake of like a performance. This one here, okay, they don't have anything. No chapters. They're a married couple who fell in love at first sight and got married at day zero with almost no romantic experience. The couple's not being able to hug, kiss, or even have sex, even though it will soon be years since they were married. They tried to somehow progress a relationship before the wedding anniversary 3 months, but that's new. That's funny. Fell in love at first sight, got married, and then there you go. At least they know they like each other, you know? That's funny. So, with all that being said, though, happy Mother's Day. Happy doubles Mother's Day. Maybe even triple Mother's Day if your country or place of residence has it on a different day or whatnot. And shout out to all those moms out there. With all that being said, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for being born, y'all. Peace out.